Hi, everybody. It's Linda G, Comanche Psychic, and special guest Melissa.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
And a lot of my clients said, when are you going to be on with Melissa again? And I apologize because I've been so busy.
I know. I'm just really grateful you asked me to be on today. I love it when we
Because a lot of people like our outcomes of our predictions.
yes, and we're pretty accurate.
We're pretty accurate. It's pretty cool, girlfriend.
Yeah, it is.
So right before we started taping, we realized we need to start taping because we had so much information.
Oh yeah, oh my goodness. But I'm grateful
and we did get questions too, by the way. Now, Grace asked about the judicial nominations that Trump made when he's found to be,
not really the president.
Yeah, but anyway, so, and someone said that works in Washington told me, yeah, they can impeach him, but they're going to have a hard time getting rid of him. I just know I see at least 3 of the justices going. But it might not be
talking about the Supreme Court. You're not talking about like canon.
I'm talking about the SCOTUS. Yeah.
Yes, I see them going too. And I see let's see. Ask my guides.
Okay.
The impeachment and removal of Kavanaugh. The same for Clarence Thomas, although I always said this, that he might resign before that it hits.
I feel like he'll just resign.
Yeah, he doesn't like being publicly shamed. He's like,
and I think his wife is kind of off the
beat. Ginny.
She's not very, she just sat there and said the thing was stolen. And just she totally believes it, and I think it's really hard on him. He might not believe it, actually. I just feel it's really hard on him, and in order to protect her, he needs to get out.
Oh, well, I don't know. When I've done my cards on him, and I've done readings on him, and I did a recent reading, I saw that he was very much one with Ginny. He's always been, he's always been on the extreme right.
Right.
And I saw, so my guide showed me that behind everything, just like with, I believe, Alito, he's part of Opus Dei.
Okay.
Like not just the Federalist Society. So
the Federalist Society is a lot of the reason some of these guys are going to get nicked. And I think is they're going to find the money trail like Shelton Whitehouse talks about. Yeah. They're going to get proof beyond a reasonable doubt, like that Kavanaugh was paid off. A lot of them were paid off.
Yes. So I see calls for impeachment and for Kavanaugh and Thomas. And then, sorry, Amy Coney Barrett, I think we talked about this before. Unfortunately, I see her getting ill.
That's what I'm feeling.
And I maybe ovarian cancer.
That's what I've been saying that for a while. I don't wish it on her. I'm just saying it. It feels like it's a female thing.
Yeah, it's something where she has to go. And then Gorsuch, he's part of it. I mean, he was placed down there in the same way, but I don't see him being impeached.
Okay.
But he is of that ilk.
Okay.
I keep on hitting my microphone with my pendulum. Let me put it over here. And Alito stays. Who am I missing?
Now that's pretty much it. Roberts
is Roberts isn't. My guys are telling me Roberts is not well.
That's what I got too. Oh my God, you and I are on the same. I see Roberts having to leave because of something.
And it's going to be a very progressive court at some point after we win the midterms.
Yeah.
I think Biden and Harris and the powers that be, are just waiting for this midterm. And if and when they get a majority, they're going to go after even Louis DeJoy. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it's an independent board that deals with him.
He's going. It might be around.
He's going.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Absolutely.
They can get a lot of stuff done that they want to get done for this nation and put a lot of the things in place to prevent from what happened with January 6th, prevent it from ever happening again. You know
They're
what's
dead serious
interesting
about
is
it.
the
Yeah.
Proud Boys, the ones that are in trouble and all that stuff. Um, I see they're really not happy with the ex-president, 45. I see that they were mad that he promised he was going to give a blatant, what do you call, reprieve,
Pardon.
pardon,
Reprieve pardon. Yeah.
and he didn't. And now he's saying, oh, if I'm president again, I'll do it. But they don't believe him.
Did you see uh, the clip of Robert Stone? I think they showed it at the beginning of the January 6th.
Roger? Uh-huh.
Roger Stone calling Ivanka an abortionist and saying that Jared Kushner had an IQ of 70.
I know. He was like livid.
And he's with the Oath Keepers.
But he's also mad at Trump now, too.
Why is he mad at Trump?
I just saw a video. Look on Twitter. Somebody got him on camera and he's calling him all kinds of names.
He's crazy. They're all crazy.
He's crazy.
They're all just,
how the back of his head, he looks like something that come out of a tube.
he really does. But why is he so angry at Ivanka? Because he thinks she's really like a liberal.
No,
she's not. I don't understand the context of what he was
really cray. He's not someone you can trust.
Stone, Roger Stone. Oh my God, he's
not a very healthy person.
Maybe also because it didn't work. They were all.
Oh, I know what he was mad about. He was pardoned for one crime, and he wanted to be pardoned for another crime, and he was bugging Jared and Ivanka to let their dad know to please pardon me, and he didn't.
Oh,
so he was mad about that. I want to be able to commit crimes, and you guys didn't pardon me.
I didn't know what the context was because I know he was one with the Trump family at some point, but I believe they all thought it was going to be successful.
I even think in a little way,
and now it's
Jared
not.
was on Trump about pardons. I'm almost thinking they were thinking, we already pardoned you once. We're not going to do it again for something else. It's just too obvious.
Yeah. One day somebody's going to write, or several people write books about how that all went down with the pardon business, because there's stuff behind the scenes, and I'm sure a lot of it had to do with money, buying those pardons.
Genevieve says, thank you, Linda and Melissa. The most recent midterm polls show an advantage to Republicans for the House and an advantage to the Democrats for the Senate and for governors. So her question is, hold on. What's your most current insight about the House? I see the House. I see us keeping the House.
Oh, I do too. Absolutely. Every time I've asked.
And don't forget, it's going to be like ants. When the Roe versus Wade thing happened, my guide said to me as clear as day, they just handed the Democrats the midterms. Because I was just telling you, Melissa, even in Georgia, at the university, you should see the lines of young kids signing up to vote.
Every time I've asked, I see my guides tell me House and Senate, it's going to be a strong majority. It's not going to be just like, getting by the skin of our teeth. It's going to really shock people.
Well, it's going to kind of catapult all these, like they did with Trump and Hillary Clinton. It's going to kind of take these polls and throw them away again, because
I don't listen to the polls, and I tell people don't. They're not authentic. They're just winding us up. They're being used to try to wag the dog, but they don't mean anything. The polls don't mean anything.
And some of these, even my show that I love, MSNBC, they kind of run with it. They want you to be afraid.
Oh, they do. I don't watch MSNBC anymore. Andrea Mitchell, she was one of the co-hosts of the January 6th committee. And as soon as I saw her that I am not going to watch this, I'm going to find it on C-SPAN or Midas Touch Brothers. They hosted it, and I found it somewhere else.
Okay, yeah.
She scares me. She's true and tried Republican, and she was so horrible about Biden.
Andrea Mitchell is a Republican?
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I do believe so. A lot of them are. Even Nicole.
She was a Republican.
But there's been a lot. If you follow Twitter, there's a lot of talk about Andrea Mitchell. Maybe I'm wrong, but she's a very anti-Biden. She was very mean to Biden and anti that his administration about Afghanistan, et cetera. You know, when they all jumped on Biden, even though it was Trump that initiated that, Biden just followed through with the promise that Trump made. Yeah, but I find that MSNBC hasn't really been fair and balanced. They've been more right. And I don't know why. I've done a video on that. Okay, I have a channel for all you guys that
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
where do we go for your channel?
Melissa Free Range Psychic on YouTube. So I've done a lot of predictions on all of this stuff, and I did one on the media. I did a guided tarot reading on the media, and as I was researching for that, because I always like to research, and I have a collage of things at the beginning, because I think pictures tell 1,000 words.
Yeah.
And even if I don't get the point across, you might learn something if you watch just that short clip. I try to make it as educational as I can.
Yeah.
And so what they showed me and and then I was reading, I mean, this is known. All I had to do was really look that there's only 6 corporations that own all the, like 90% of the media. And the majority of those corporations are right wing, or they're owned by, what we might think of as oligarchs, very wealthy people, and they're not friends of the Biden administration. And I believe that during the time Trump was in power, that was behind the scenes. They were working on taking over the media. Because when you have the media, then you have the narrative.
Right.
So we're
Is
fighting it.
that
And
including
I'm not the only
Murdoch?
one who thinks this. Huh?
Does that include Murdoch?
Yeah. Oh my God. Murdoch is like the king of it, right?
Right.
But also CNN was the main shareholder. Is it Chris Licht is a Trumper. And CNN, we started getting rid of people, right, who were too much on the, left. I don't even know, like left wing is really
Oh, I know, but so much
whatever
stuff is
Democrat
coming out about
meaning.
Trump. I mean,
That makes no
so
sense.
much.
But so you see the media becoming more and more corporate based, and not that it always hasn't been, but I mean, just in terms of even MSNBC, what their focus is.
Right.
And I stopped watching it for the most part, and I just get my news from independent sources. It saddens me. And what I see for the future is that when the midterms come and go, and hopefully we're both right, and we get a strong Democratic leadership, or Democratic House and Senate, I should say, that support President Biden, they're going to change the laws about the media, and they're going to break it up. They're going to get foreign money out of it, because what is behind, whose money really is behind the media right now? Putin, Saudi Arabia, other countries have, through dark money, are able to buy into the media. So the media becomes under their control.
Right.
And it's really scary to think that. And then the whole thing about Elon Musk, he's also a Russian shill. And why did he want to buy Twitter? Because Putin and the GOP, et cetera, wanted him to buy Twitter. And they threatened Twitter, I read, with, if they won, and it was assumed then that they were going to win the midterms, then they would just come down on Twitter with all kinds of hearings, et cetera. And then Twitter, instead of resisting, Elon Musk started to consider that deal. So when I've read on Elon Musk, and I didn't do the second one yet, though my guide showed me the cards and what was going to the scenario, because I was freaked out, because remember a week or two ago we heard Elon Musk is now going to buy Twitter because he dropped his lawsuit, and my guides, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, I know that I did this reading, and you showed me Elon Musk as the King of Swords upside down, and that it was not going to happen, and now it's going to happen. What's going on? And they said, no, let's give you the cards, the updated cards. Again, at the very end was the King of Swords upside down. So the King of Swords to me is a great Twitter card, right? That's Twitter, that's control of Twitter, right? Swords and the king. And Elon Musk is again upside down. And I'm
Is it
thinking,
because he
okay,
can't get the money after all?
yes. And then I told myself, trust your guides, don't freak out. Because I don't want, I mean, we'll survive if he did. We'll
He
figure
had
things.
the worst cards, my God. He had the tower. I don't know what all.
Yeah, yeah. So the second time I read on him recently, my guys are saying, oh yeah, that he wouldn't be able to acquire it. And then 2 or 3 days later, all of a sudden we find out that his backers are backing out, and then we find out that he's a mouthpiece for Putin. And I realized that yeah, he's not going to buy it, hopefully, like knock on wood. I don't want him to, obviously. So I have some skin in the game here. It gives
Right.
me a bias, but my guys are assuring me that that's not going to happen. And it was funny because I went, okay, I should trust you. You
Yeah. You
told
got
me
to
and I'm going to
trust them,
trust you.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
But what do you think's going to happen with Trump now that they're showing somebody has said, yeah, Trump made me move the records after the subpoena
Ay, ay,
came
ay,
in?
ay, ay. I think that he's going to get indicted. Oh my God, he's going to be found guilty, not just in that particular the DOJ case with the classified documents, but like everything, Letitia James, etc. He's going to keep on fighting, but I like you, I've never seen him in
I never
prison,
saw him in jail.
but I did see him either dying before it could all pan out or being in under house arrest.
Okay.
House arrest might be the most likely thing, but he will pay the price.
Oh,
He
they're going to take his money. The IRS is coming in too. That hasn't happened yet. Wait till they get their hands a hold of him.
Yeah, he's done for. Although he still has a voice, he still has power, but it's diminishing. It's like the walls are closing in on him and squeezing him. And
Just like Andre said, based on his chart, he always got away with everything. He had that magic touch. And now all of a sudden it's going reverse. And Andre said, wait till 2023.
ooh, yeah, uh he's not well. He's addle brain, but maybe he always has been. Like he has always been, somewhat allegedly learning disabled. And we can kind of tell with his speech, and he's a big time narcissist, and he's not he's not a sane person, but he's got so much uh, power, and he has no fear of using it, and he is a sociopathic, psychopathic, brutal person.
Yeah.
And yeah, and remember, he was best friends with Epstein. What was Epstein doing all that
Well,
time with
that's
all
how he
those
got his wife.
cameras and
Yeah.
all those houses and all those planes, getting compromat? They've got compromat, and Trump has the compromat too.
Yeah.
I believe Epstein was a spy, and people talk about him being a spy for Israel. I think that was small potatoes. I'm pretty sure it was for Vladimir Putin, and so Trump still has that power too on
Right.
all of the GOP, probably, and any of his enemies. And then he's got a whole posse of people who are going to be like the mafia and make those death threats to people who go against them, or he's going to get them primaried. He's still capable of doing that, but I just believe that's going to be less and less. I think that his
Let me
power.
tell you, I think it's going to shock America and make America feel good that he doesn't have control over them anymore. And listen, when
Yeah.
we win, when the Dems win this next time, you're going to see a lot of the, Trumpsters turn their backs to him because
Oh, they're
he's not
already
helping them win.
they're already turning their backs.
Oh, who, girlfriend?
They are, and it's kind of being set up because they're setting up Ron DeSantis in his place. And but Ron DeSantis is going down. He's
He's
got the
going
power.
down,
He's
girlfriend.
gonna go in flames. That guy. He flew too close to the sun. Did Ron DeSantis?
The other one that's going down is that governor of
Maybe
Texas,
wax, huh?
the governor of Texas.
Oh, Abbott too.
Yeah.
Did you read recently that there's like a Texas oil field that was sold to the Saudis, and
The Texans are pissed off about that.
then like an aquifer, or like a water springs or something,
water thing. Yeah.
like a bottling plant. Like, what are the Saudis doing owning an oil field? Like,
Oh,
don't
they paid him tons of money under the table.
yeah, Abbott is, oh God, Abbott is such a sick, twisted dude. So we talked about this earlier that we both think Beto O'Rourke is going to win.
I
Right?
think Beto O'Rourke's going to win.
I do too. I keep on getting that from my guides. I did a video on Beto in January, and his victory is predicted then. And every time I ask about him, I get that he will win, even against the odds. You know, even if he's David against Goliath. And
Now, I was surprised because I did my list like I did the last midterm, and I was
yeah,
90% correct. I did the list, and Carrie Lake, who's cray cray, the one that's running in Arizona, she's running against Katie Hobbs, who won't do anything. She won't challenge her. She won't show
I
up at
heard
the.
that's not true. I heard that that was a narrative that was being put out, but I heard somebody calling in. I think I was listening to the Stephanie Miller show, and they said, "Oh no, that's not true. Katie Hobbs is everywhere. It's just they're putting a narrative out that she's not doing anything."
Okay, because I was worried about that, but when I looked at who was going to win, it's Katie Hobbs.
I saw that too. I
So I
saw
was
Katie
glad to
Hobbs.
see that.
Yeah, I was so surprised at all
Because
that.
they did a narrative, not that you watched, but in the Morning Joe. He was saying she's not going out there. She's doing nothing. She needs to do something. I understand she's crazy, but
Oh,
look at even
one
what's this
second. I
thing?
got to put my keep on talking. I got to plug in my computer.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize it become unplugged.
I like that setting back there. That's nice. So, you guys, let me tell you a story about myself. And then everybody will fall asleep.
There, I got it.
But I was real. I'll tell you, if that list I did is true at 90%, I am very happy. I am very happy. And it was a girl, this lovely lady who works in politics,
Yeah.
and she looked at my list, and I was 86% correct. And then the two senators came through in Georgia, and that put me up to 90. And she said,
So
"Oh my
yeah.
God." And so she says, some people will even say to her, "What's Linda say?" You know, because nobody wants to be affiliated with a psychic. So, you know, nobody wants to say, just remember how much the Reagans were made fun of for having an astrologer. You know, nobody wants to go that route. But I'm telling you, if they listen to this at all, I don't want you guys to worry.
I
No
got
worries,
also,
buddy. All right, my little buddy, no worries at all.
yeah, I got also that Marcus Flowers was going to win. I got that Lauren Boebert was going to lose. Whoever's running against.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think, is going to lose too.
Yeah, Marcus Flowers. That's what Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to lose to Marcus Flowers because they're kind of sick of her. I'd be so shocked if that actually happens, but that's what my guys are saying.
Right.
And oh my goodness, yeah, I got Whitney.
Oh, what about Marco Rubio? I see him losing.
Let me
He
ask
got
you
his numbers up, but I saw him losing to Val Demings.
losing.
I
Yeah,
see Val Demings winning.
and it's Roe versus Wade. It's taken so many out.
And here's the other thing. Guess who voted no for help for the Floridians for the
DeSantis, Scott?
No, not Marco Rubio. He voted no, just like Rand Paul votes no on everything.
What is wrong with these people?
And Marco Rubio is the one who's starting the bill to get rid of that break on drugs. He doesn't want that. He
Of
wants
course not.
senior citizens to pay full price.
Of course.
And this is in a geriatric state. So what the heck is he thinking?
I don't know. They're so full of hubris. They're so narcissistic. They think they're so far above everybody that it doesn't matter.
Right.
Somehow. And also I think they have to toe the party line. If they don't toe the party line,
yeah,
I think that they lose support.
Because,
I think that might be it too.
The ex-president can be brutal. Sometimes he can be brutal. But you know, I'm happier for people including Liz Cheney. She stood up to him.
Yeah, she's
For him.
pretty
She's in
amazing
a,
for being who
I
she
know,
is.
I don't, she goes for a lot of his policies and I don't like that. But the
I think she
fact that,
voted like 90% or
yeah,
something.
and yet he was kicking her under the bus. What an idiot.
Yeah, I don't get it. There's something about the GOP that they walk lockstep. And I think that Newt Gingrich started that, where there was no latitude for people to disagree. And if you disagreed, you had to be uh, pretty, have a lot of integrity. So think about how many of them left because they didn't agree. So many have resigned from the House
Exactly.
recently and the
Exactly.
Senate.
But
So
you
yeah,
guys, this is for entertainment purposes only, and this is just our psycho opinion. But I pray that it turns out really good, like I'm feeling, because my guides told me before, like ants. Ants
yeah,
will make bridges if they need to. They carry each other, whatever they have to do to come through. And I
yeah,
really feel it's the youth that's going to save us.
I do too. The youth and the women.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ladies, but the women. I only say ladies because there's always this meme, ladies, are you ready for November?
Yeah. So,
But
and just like I
women.
told you, I don't know if I said it on this show, but I've said it out loud. I know that when Roe versus Wade was cut by the Supreme Court, my guide said they've just awoken the sleeping giant. They've just handed the midterms to the Democrats, just like
Yeah,
COVID kind of handed us a new president.
yeah, yeah, we get all these assists, I think they're
Uh
called.
huh. So,
Because I put, oh, I'm sorry, go
Lily
on.
wants to know what's going on with DeJoy.
That's a good question. Of all the predictions I've made, that has got to be like the least accurate, maybe. Well, in terms of timing, I thought it was going to be really soon, and I think I probably read about him last year.
I've been reading about him thinking he's getting ready to go, but I have
Hmm.
been saying December of this year because the new person got put in and somebody else is coming in
So, okay, is that
December.
the problem? Is that they just don't have enough
They don't
people?
have enough of the
Because he's
people.
going, and Biden and Harris, they're not playing. I mean, they knew exactly what they were doing. They had calculated for whom they
And
put on that board. They're not just
exactly.
throwing anybody on there and thinking that they're not going to get. They don't want DeJoy to be there.
And also, they overrode him. He
Yeah,
said
they did.
he was
Yeah,
going to order gas powered vehicles, and Biden said only electric can be bought. And there's something else he was going to do, and they stopped him in mid track.
at least by, if not December, January.
Okay.
That's what my guys are saying. And DeJoy, he looks like a fascist, doesn't he? Looks like he could be Mussolini. He's got that kind of like
Very
hard
strict.
jaw
Yeah.
and like he looks like such a like awful mean
But
person.
I do see him offering money all the time. Like
Money.
I think the people that come in, he gives them a little cut of something.
Oh
That's
yeah,
how he makes them.
he would do that. He would, and he would try to corrupt them for sure. But he is being watched like
And
a hawk,
Wayne
the guys
wants to
say.
know, good morning. Thanks for all your insights. What do you and your guys see for Ohio Representative Jim Jordan over the next 2 years? I think that George Clooney's movie is going to do some damage.
Yeah. Uh, Jordan's another one that just is so slimy. Like, he just weasels his way out of things. The guys say, they say he's in for a world of hurt
Whoa.
because he is, it's not just his collusion to cover up the abuse of those wrestlers, the minors. There's other being involved in the January 6th coup attempt.
Okay.
They have really like solid proof that he was one of the major players in amongst the House members. Well, you know who the other ones are.
Yeah, but who
The January 6th committee.
stop Pence pin. Apparently, Pence had a pin. They changed, and also the emergency button. They disconnected,
Yeah, the panic
and there
button.
was a whole bunch. Was that Secret Service?
It could have been, because we're finding out more and more how corrupt the Secret Service are. So let's see. Um, oh my God. I think they're bringing back to Jordan. They're saying Jordan, he helped coordinate the Secret Service
Whoa.
because that would make sense because he's in the house. He knows the routine. He helped the Secret Service. Oh, I'm going to answer that other question because I'm not sure if it was Secret Service or not who actually did the disabling of the panic button. Was it Val? Who's was it Val Demings? Who's
It wasn't
office?
Val, it was somebody else. It was a female though.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. Okay,
I mean, they had a tour the day before so people could see
it
where
wasn't the
they were.
Secret Service who did the disabling. They're saying allegedly it was the staff of the House members.
Oh, so they knew when they went in there and snuck in.
Yeah, it was their staff that they sent to do it. Yeah, the young staffers. Like, yeah,
Okay.
that's who they say did it.
Here's a God, we got such good questions.
Yeah, we.
Sharon asked, what impact will the outcome of the midterms have on the stock market and overall economy?
Oh, that's a great question. I've been wondering that myself because obviously it's the October surprise on the GOP's side to disable or cripple our economy, working in tandem with the Saudis, to uh, what did the Saudis do? Did they like
They were
pay
going to
for
do
the
something about cut down on the
cut
amount of
down on their
gas.
oils?
And
Yeah,
now we've said, okay, guess what? We're not going to defend you anymore. We're not going to give you weapons.
yeah, yeah. Biden's not going to have any of that. He's a Scorpio. He's like, no, 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 no. But they think about the talking points of the GOP. They're they're talking about uh like the Herschel Walker debate. They kind of like stamped those talking points into his head. Remember, just say this, Herschel. And that is inflation, rising prices, rising gas prices, and that's intentional. Like Biden, his inflation reduction plan and his other plans would have covered that, but they've the House, I should say, in the Senate GOP, they've been trying to obstruct Biden
Oh,
being
yeah.
able to get us through this. So it's really we could glide through it and with little suffering, but unfortunately, the GOP really have nothing. They don't have any policy, so they're running on people being upset that gas prices are too high. They're running on inflation and
And this happened
after
before Biden came in. This is a readjust.
and from the COVID, and
Yeah.
yeah, and it's far worse than the rest of the world. Americans
Oh,
doing
we're
pretty
doing
good,
good considering. But
but
let me
after
tell you something. The problem is they're pointing like this, but they've got no plan. So what would you do to change it? Oh,
so
give the rich the tax break? I mean, what would you do to change it?
yeah, they don't care either. They'll make money one way or the other. Except I think a lot of them lost money in the crypto debacle, and I think also with Putin's not going to be able to fund the GOP anymore. So
No.
they're and then then you have them getting hits like with Trump and Alex Jones, who's now owing like $1 billion, and there's a third case. Did you realize that there's a third case coming?
Of what?
The same kind of like defamation lawsuit or with the Sandy Hook parents. There's a third case coming up, so that's another 50 million or something. But they say afterwards that with the support of the of a Democratic House and Senate, it's going to just skyrocket. So the stocks are going to go up, the interest rates are going to come down. We will be in a much better place. And they're whispering in my ear, the guides, that there will be stimulus money.
Okay. Can use that.
Yeah, just so
And thanks to the 15% tax he's doing on the really wealthy, that's going to help bring our deficit down.
yes. So if and when, and we both believe when the Senate and the House become solid blue, and we have a stronger Senate, yeah, they can get things done with Biden, and we'll be in a much, much better place. So
Right.
this period of time where we're all worried and, prices are going up and interest rates are so high, this is just interim. If the GOP got in power, then we'd have a much harder time. But if the Democrats get in power, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be very, very relieved.
What somebody's wanting to know, will Tiffany's wedding really, Alice wants to know, will Tiffany's wedding really happen? Will Trump behave himself?
I don't know anything about that. I can
I
ask
heard
the
she's
guy.
getting married in November, but
Oh, lucky, lucky guy. I'm assuming. Yeah. So I don't. Should I read on Tiffany? Tiffany, when it came to the crunch at the end where she was campaigning for her father, she was just as despicable as all of them in terms of her support of his policies. But I will ask the question. And
okay.
I have a question also somebody asked me to ask them.
Okay.
Um, let's see. And actually, I can ask, I'll ask you that question, but it's going to be, oh, it's going to be tacky. And
Jackie.
Trump is going to want it to be at Mar-a-Lago. I don't know where's it going to
I
be?
don't know. It's in November, so she's already set the details on it.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't it be at Mar-a-Lago? That's where, weddings happen, right?
I know, but remember, he doesn't like that wife, her mother. She'll be there.
Oh, Marla Maples.
Yeah.
Will the father? Okay, I can ask this. Will the father be there? Will Trump be
Yeah.
there? Yes, he will be there. Um, he likes weddings
Okay.
because he can schmooze and he can use them for fundraising. And
Yeah, and his daughter became an attorney. He's very proud of that.
yeah, what do you think? What do you see for the
Yeah, but
Tiffany?
I don't see him making an idiot of himself. I don't see a lot. I see some cameras, but not too many.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. It's yeah, I wouldn't really want to go. But the question that somebody asked me, she's somebody's moving to Florida, I think to the Orlando area, and she's like, what is the weather in the future, seeing as what just happened?
Orlando's safe. It's not, it's the bottom, it's the very south of Florida that's going to have some
Yeah,
issues. Right now, Orlando's safe. Might be oceanfront property before you know it.
yeah. I mean, Florida's going to have problems. I mean, you can't. Florida's just not miraculously not going to have those hurricanes. But I thought Orlando was a safer area too.
Yeah. So, okay, she asked about that.
Yeah, that was it.
Somebody said that Crystal said, I see you saw Mike Lee winning in Utah. I really didn't want him to win, and I read it over and over, and it showed
You
him.
want me to ask my
Yeah.
guys?
Do you see Mike Lee winning?
Is Mike Lee
He's
uh
the current governor of
the
Utah.
Republic? Is he Republican?
Yeah. He's a terrible man.
Let's see, he's gonna win. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could tell you different, but listen, I was surprised about a lot of the winners. I was very surprised.
yeah.
Did you see my list on my community?
I didn't. It was on my Twitter feed on my phone. And I couldn't see the names. It was
Okay.
just I
Yeah,
need.
you can
So
print
I
it
was gonna
from
print
there.
it out. I
You can
forgot.
hit it and you can print it. But um
I meant to print it out so I could have it for
it's
this.
okay because we're not going to have time to
I
go
forgot.
through all of it.
So what were your predictions?
Oh, a lot. The Dems are going to win the Senate and the House
And the
and
governor.
and the governors. So
Yeah.
listen, Gail asked, should Texas prep for power outages this winter?
I'll pray that please Abbott win. I'm not Abbott win. Please Beto win. Please Abbott lose, so that Texas can have actual um, somebody who actually cares about it. Because if Abbott won, oh my God, if Beto wins, then all good things. Let's see. Yes, I'm sorry to say that there's a lot of problems this winter for Texas, because
Oh,
you're
I'm
going to
sorry
have
to hear that.
uh, really like cold weather, like frigid weather coming in, and then you're going to have thaws, and you're going to have the infrastructure just not capable of dealing with that kind of event, where it's contraction and expansion. So you're going to have something about a chemical plant being like explosions, and
Something
it
bad. Yeah.
because Texas, they just don't. Abbott, there's no
I mean, they
requirements or
say Abbott's up
regulation.
in the polls. Well, it's real close. But listen, Novalde and the gas and electric, and the abortion thing is going to push them out. I'm telling you.
Yeah, if and when we both think that Beto O'Rourke is going to win,
Yeah.
he will take unprecedented action to bring in regulation, so to really look at a microscopic and also macroscopic level of the infrastructure of Texas, and just, okay, this is what we got, this is what we've got to do. And he will very much push for, like, use his bully pulpit, so to speak, for these changes.
Awesome.
I mean, there's still going to be a mix of Republicans and Democrats in the legislature,
Yeah.
but I believe Beto O'Rourke, like Biden, has that capacity to bring people together and
Yeah.
make new policies,
He's a
bipartisan
Scorpio
policies.
like our Biden.
Oh, really?
Mhm. Here's a good one from Renee Mitchell. It's kind of long, but let me read it.
That's okay.
Very interesting. Dear Linda and Melissa, either yesterday or today, the Alaskan Department of Fishing has announced that there will be no king crab or snow crab commercial fishing due to the mysterious disappearance of over 2 million and more crabs. Alaska supplies 60% of seafood to the United States. For both the commercial fishing industry and the Alaskan indigenous population, this situation is an economic disaster. On September 19th, the United States Coast Guard reported a China-guided missile cruiser 75 nautical miles north of Kashki Island in Alaska. They later identified 2 more Chinese naval vessels and 4 Russian naval vessels, including a Russian Navy destroyer, all in single formation. Hold on. Um, all in single formation operating in the USA exclusive economic zone. Chinese naval vessels were also spotted approximately 50 miles off the Altuian Island chain. My question to you ladies is, are the missing crab populations due to global warming or international foreign sabotage?
Whoa,
That's a good question.
that is a good question. I didn't hear that. That's sad.
Let me look.
Yeah, you look first.
Tell me about the crab. I'm almost feeling like they did something. I feel like they did something. I don't think it has anything to do. They might have implanted something or poisoned them.
Maybe it was sonic, like it was sound.
It could be,
You
but
know,
it's
that's
just 2 million or more.
2 billion. Yeah, I know.
What happened to all those crabs?
Sure, they would have floated up onto the shore dead or something.
Isn't crab season next month? Usually in November around Thanksgiving, a lot of people have crab.
Yeah.
Trump's got their crab. They got their dad.
Huh?
Trump's has their crab for Thanksgiving. They got Trump. He can be crabby.
Oh my God. Can you
People
imagine?
are doing on Twitter that crack me up. They're showing Trump needs to resupply a big old Heinz ketchup truck. Yeah, this is some theft of some sort. This is
You mean
definitely underhanded.
they stole the crab.
I think they stole it because look, they're making money from it.
Oh wow.
That's interesting, but how did they not know they were grabbing up crap?
My
You would
guides
have
are
thought somebody would see them taking them.
my guides are agreeing with you. Oh, that's oh my God. Well, I guess it's better than them being poisoned or being global warming. At
Yeah,
least
there's
somebody's
some
eating them
that
somewhere,
it feels like they,
destroying
but
the
I
industry.
do feel like the military is going to start watching that side and not letting anybody get in there.
Yeah, I believe they did steal the crab. Wow, a heist.
Russia and China.
Yeah, that is not nice.
And China and Russia's losing money left and right, so they were looking for
Yeah,
an
it'll
easy.
stop. That loop is
I
gonna
do
close.
see it stopping, but they do. I'm almost feeling like 2 years worth of no crab fishing, at least
Yeah,
up in Alaska.
yeah, that's too bad. But I think they did. I think you're right.
Yep. Well, my friend, it just flew by.
It really did.
Now, how do people make an appointment with you for a reading?
Okay, so you can get in touch with me either through text. You can call me too, but text is quicker. 734-773-9758.
734.
773
Uh-huh.
9758.
Okay.
And that's
Thanks.
dedicated to you'll get if you get a voicemail, it's gonna say this is Sacred Fire Psychic Readings, and that's the name of my Facebook page also, which you can message me on there. And also you can email me at sacredfirepsychicreadings@gmail.com. And that's a direct way to get in touch with me also. I think Facebook, it can be a lag because I don't always see that I have a message.
I'm
When
all kind of off Facebook now.
Yeah, and when they changed to the Meta ownership, it just got very confusing. So I will try to catch it, but either texting me is best or emailing me. But if you can't text, it's okay to call.
Okay, sweetie. Thank you
And
so
please
much.
like, share, and subscribe to my video page if you like it. Melissa's Free Range Psychic.
And also she does past life, you guys.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know,
So I
a lot
do.
of people will ask me about past life. I go, you got to talk to Melissa.
Well, yeah, so I do past life, anything in the present life, including past and future and present. I do mediumship, and also I love to introduce people to their guardian angels. That's
Awesome.
a favorite thing of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Awesome. Thank you, sweetie. I'm so sorry I took so long. You know, I've been crazy busy. After December, when I'm not reading, I won't be so crazy.
yeah, we'll definitely get together again then if
Yeah.
you like. And I love being on your show.
Thank you. And we can keep going, except I do have a client at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, maybe we should stop.
Okay. Well, thank you, you guys. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, take
And
care.
we'll
Bye
do
bye.
this again next month.
Okay.